Hi. Um, this is my thoughts on the Hogan situation. I do agree with some people that Hogan has no say. I believe he has a little bit of pull because if that was the case, Awesome Kong would not be on air as he has been. Um, I still firmly believe Jeff Jarrett's gonna put his foot down and take back over TNA. You know, granted, good bad any publicity is good publicity, but I'm looking forward to Jeff Jarrett taking back control of the company. Whereas Dixie Carter, who I think believes knows what she's doing, really does not. That's a shame because I originally thought Dixie Carter had like a good had like a good perception of how the business should be. TNA was for purists. TNA was for people who enjoyed the sport of wrestling, not sports entertainment. People like myself and other people I'm sure of. You know, you cannot cater to people who are marks for sports entertainment because those are not real fans. Real fans generally enjoy the action, know the names of the moves, and watch other promotions. People who stick with one promotion and are conditioned to one promotion all their life will not have an open mind to it. You know, which is why TNA was great in the first place. They allow their wrestlers to wrestle in Mexico and New Japan and All Japan. They allow their titles to be defended on other federations. Granted, I'm still glad that still remains unaffected. But the fact of the matter is, TNA was always about wrestling first, story arcs and angles second. You know, speaking of which, people may not agree with me. Now, granted, AJ Styles didn't really need to have that Ric Flair makeover, but it is helping him more than it is hurting him. Right? AJ Styles' personality was not as great as it should be. Not now, his ability spoke for himself, and whenever have, he did show a little bit of a flash here and there. But I really believe Ric Flair is gonna making him better. It hasn't affected his wrestling ability anyway, aside from adding the figure four and more leg attacks to his repertoire of moves. But that's just my opinion. You know, and his promos have gotten really, really solid since Ric Flair has taken him under his wing. Um, then again, I'm still glad TNA has an open mic, right, where they get allowed to curse and stuff like that. You know, all they need to do is stop censoring the fans, and we'll have our decent TNA back, which I think is heading in that direction. If you haven't noticed, I think Jeff Jarrett put his foot down right where he got tired of all the other wrestlers coming in. Granted, they may have been well known, but people want to see the wrestlers of the X division, the homegrown TNA talent. You're gonna bring in people, bringing people like Jeff Hardy and Mr. Kennedy, like you've been doing. You know, the fact that the Nasty Boys beat Team 3D at the pay per view was atrocious. I'm just saying. You know, it was just really really bad. So you know, as long as they keep sticking to what brought them to the dance and try not to fix everything, I think TNA will have a really good shot. You know, now the WWE shows have gotten better, and that's because they noticed TNA. Now, I don't know if they're gonna still have any more stupid. I hope they get rid of the guest host gimmick because then, you know, they'll have some more better production. But I watched an interesting video with RVD. People who are marks for the WWE have no idea what Vince McMahon really thinks of them. Vince McMahon likes forcing things down people's throat, which is hope something TNA does not do. RVD said it himself. Vince McMahon said it'll work because I'll force it to work because I trained the fans to think that way. How is that even showing that you care for what the fans think? That's not showing you care. That's just showing that you don't give a fuck. And that's not the business. Well, this is just my idea. If you have any comments, please let me know. I'm more than willing to respond, and I do video response. Um, Thank you, and please let me know what you think. Laters.